Guys, I gotta talk about a few things here, which will cover not only the reason why I've barely been able to upload, but also what's been happening with YouTube and Plotagon. I'll start with the one that's easier to get off my chest, and that will be the reason why I'm barely able to upload. Obviously, this isn't the only time I've been on an uploading hiatus, but school is just getting in my way. That's not to say I don't want to go there, but I just can't consistently make plots all the time with that in my life. I'm more available to the application on weekends and school breaks. I've also got quite a cluttered schedule, with way too many things to work on. At the moment, I'm currently working on Lizzie, Terminal Destruction. I will release a sneak preview of the first few minutes of the film soon, but as I work on that, I've left production of the Lizzie movie director's cut just paused. I do thank every one of my subscribers for their patience, though I'm surprised I haven't actually lost that much whenever I can't get uploads done. I really appreciate your continuous support and patience, I really do. Now, on to the next topic, and this will cover what's been going on lately with Plotagon. From what I've heard, the mobile version of Plotagon is getting worse and worse. I've heard many users complaining about the fact that Plotagon have removed the ability to pitch a voice on a character, and quite a lot are complaining about their purchases being removed from them. But then, Plotagon brought back the pitches with an update, but then came another bug, the dialogue wouldn't work. Then, they updated again, fixing the dialogue, but once again removing the ability to pitch a voice, and all of the Christmas-themed scenes were removed as well. And, recently, they've also removed the one-time purchase of voices. You now have to buy a subscription to use them. Sure, there will be a free trial for the voices, but they are only 7 days. Something is up with Plotagon, I can tell. I've also heard from a few users that some of the staff at Plotagon, like Queen_of_fun, I believe that's her name, and class have both quit. This might not be true, but I've heard it from a few users. If staff members are leaving, then something is definitely going on at Plotagon. I would really like to know what's happening at Plotagon, because upon hearing those things, I'm sensing that the company could be in financial problems, which could be a reason to why they've removed some features from the mobile version or made them worse for users. And the glitches that came from the mobile version about a year or so ago still haven't been fixed. The characters' faces can still glitch, and I know, this has really angered a lot of Plotagon users, including my good friend DBG channel, and the subtitles or text plate fonts glitching haven't been fixed either. Thankfully though, I am not really affected by all of this, because even though Plotagon Story for desktops has been discontinued, I can actually still use it as long as it is still downloaded on my desktop. It's no longer available for download though, so if something happens to my laptop, kind of like what happened to my old one, then I guess I'm doomed. I hate the mobile version of Plotagon, and given that I barely have anything purchased on there, I am not paying for all those resources again, especially for a much worse user-friendly experience. If I lose access to Plotagon Story desktop, I'll probably have to quit my YouTube channel for good, and stop using Plotagon completely. Or, I could just resort to animating in Microsoft PowerPoint, and create traditional 2D animation. Now, onto the things going on with YouTube. Yes, I am aware that the COPPA law has been put into place. What the problem is though is me selecting my audience. Although most of my videos look like they are made for kids, that isn't really the case just because they include animated models and a lot of bright colors. I don't really want to set my audience to made for kids anyway, because if I did, I'd lose access to some vital YouTube features like comments on videos, the notification bell, making community posts and more. I probably would have set my audience to made for kids if this wasn't the case. But even then, a select few of my videos do have some general viewing stuff in it like violence, dark scenes and such, but the events that are depicted in my videos are fictional and are not made to encourage violence in any way possible. No one is harmed during the making of any of my videos at all. All of the possible general audience content that I mentioned can only really mostly be found in my movies though. So, what have I set my audience to? Well, I've set my audience to not for kids, not because that my videos have inappropriate stuff in it, because they don't, really. But the reason why I did is because I wouldn't lose a lot of vital YouTube features I would lose if I were to set my channel audience to made for kids. Also, this audience option feels misleading. It would have maybe been nice if there were a general audience option, like, my videos could be made for everyone, maybe kids, maybe teens, adults, You get the point. I just want my audience to be a general one, not just an adult or kid audience. It would be great if YouTube could add a general audience option, therefore this would be easier to go through. I know quite a few people are saying get rid of COPA and such, but YouTube can't. It's the law. It's just that the way they're handling it needs to be reworked a little, like, maybe add a general audience option, therefore it'd maybe be a bit easier to select the ideal audience for your channel. If this were to happen, I'd set my audience to general, as long as they don't add limits to selecting those options. I'm mainly aiming for a general audience anyway, with content that kids and adults can enjoy. The fines for not following the COPA law are a bit out of order though. The maximum fine is over $42,000, which is a bit much. But the fine depends on how commercially successful your channel is. I think the fines won't be as bad if you don't make huge profits. There are quite a few ways that this could end out. My channel possibly getting terminated, hopefully a rework of YouTube's handling of COPA, therefore letting me set a much less misleading audience, who knows. I will also have to let you guys know that due to school and my cluttered schedule, I will not be able to upload very consistently anymore. This may mean some shifts in planned release dates for my projects, and a lack of original short videos. I am sorry for this, but I need to get a good education. On the plus side, Christmas break is now here for me, so I'll be off school for 2 weeks. I'll try to upload more if I can in this period. Thanks for your patience, and I will hopefully see you in another video sometime soon, if I am able to get one done.